Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're here to do my top 12 Quest games that are free for you guys to play. If you guys are just getting your Quest or you're looking for the best free-to-play games that you can play in 2024, these are the top 12, so let's go ahead and get into the video.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a brekkie is the gaming tech. Gaming tech is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
Alright, so the first game we have here coming in at number 12 is 4VR Cornhole. I love the 4VR series, and the fact that they made this one free is awesome. We all know the original Cornhole, and this game adds the uniqueness to it where you're having different bags that you can unlock that have like unique effects. Different areas that you can play in and stuff like that, different locations to spice things up, but of course has a bunch of customization and a bunch of different boards that you can play. But the core gameplay is Cornhole that we all know and love, that it's been around in our society for a long time, and it's super fun. This game obviously also goes by the name of Bags, and it's just a really fun game. It's super well done, like most of the games that they've done, and is definitely a great sports game to play with your friends. So 4VR Cornhole coming in at number 12. The next one here coming in at number 11 has been around for a really long time, and that is Rec Room. This is a place where you can build and play games together, party up with all your different friends all around the world. You can chat, hang out, explore all the player-created rooms, or build something new that you want to play. There's a lot of things that you can see here and explore. You can customize your avatar. There's, hub worlds that you can join and meet other players. There's shooting games, there's bowling games, there's sports games. There's basically something for everyone. It does gear a little bit towards more the younger crowd for whatever reason, but there's still a lot of fun to explore, and it has a 2D app on the iPhone, so a lot of people playing this one. The next one on this list coming in at number 10 is Gym Class Basketball. If you ever wanted to play basketball in VR and you didn't think it could be done well, this game is going to prove you wrong. It is done super well. The physics are fantastic. It is super fun to play. You can play 2v2, 3v3, 4v4. You can play with other players online and your friends. You can play with the AI as well. It even has the real NBA virtual replicas of all 30 NBA team courts and branded apparel that you can dress yourself as, which is super cool. It has social worlds that you can connect with other players online to kind of hang out and talk and stuff like that. It's just a super fun game. It has all the stats and that it tracks and everything that your friends do. But I was super impressed with this one. I didn't think a basketball game could be done this super well. It's like, how are you going to dunk in VR? Is it going to feel well? Is it going to be fun to dribble and stuff like that? But they did a great job in this game, and it's been one of the most popular, if not the most popular, basketball game in VR, and it's free to play. It's so much fun. Check it out. Gym Class Basketball coming in at number 10. The next one on this list coming in at number 9 is Poker Stars presents Vegas Infinite. Vegas Infinite has been around for a really long time, but it keeps evolving and they keep adding new games to it. It started off as the best poker game you can play in VR, and it still is, but now they've added even more than just poker over time. Now you have things like blackjack and roulette and craps and slots. It really does feel like a casino type game where you can play all sorts of things in here. Kind of unlock a lot of things. People are always playing. This is another one that also has a 2D game, so people are playing sometimes on PC just in 2D, and then people are playing in VR. So there's always people playing this game. It is a super fun game to kind of make your way up the rankings and go to different tables and explore different environments that the game has as well. It is done super well. If you're into poker, you're into blackjack or roulette or casino type games like this, it's definitely one I recommend. It's one of the most social games you can play. Vegas Infinite coming in at number 9. The next one here coming in at number 8 is Hyperdash. Hyperdash is one of the first games I remember playing on the Quest that was kind of like an arena shooter. Think of games like Quake and Unreal Tournament and stuff like that. And I still think this is one of the best games to do it now today, and it's free to play. It's so much fun. The dashing is obviously unique and stuff like that, where you dash on rails and then the rails take you around. It's super fast-paced. Not a lot of games are this fast-paced and feel this good to play. It is super fun. I've been playing it since it first came out. Like I said, it's been a couple of years now since this game was released, but it still has a ton of players playing online, has all the different game modes that you would expect, like deathmatch, team deathmatch, capture the flag, all that kinds of stuff is all in here, like you would expect in an arena shooter. I love the movement style. It sets it apart from others. Super fast paced, super fun, and it never gets old, shooting people and just dominating the arena as these games usually are. And yeah, super fun. Check this out if you guys are into arena shooters. Hyperdash coming in at number 8. The next one here coming in at number 7 is Blast On. This used to be a game that wasn't free to play, but they converted it into free to play. And I remember this being one of the coolest social experiences I've ever had, because this is a 1v1 dueling game where you're picking up weapons and stuff like that around you in your environment, and then you're trying to kill your opponent and be the last one standing. It's a very unique game. I love the art style, and then the social aspect of it is awesome because you're in an arena and on stage, fighting other people, and you can have up to 12 of your friends, on the sidelines playing a tournament where you're trying to be the ranked the number one, but they're watching as you're fighting. They can see you guys fight, and then as they lose, then you go on and you're trying to be the number one on the leaderboard. It's super fun. And then they have the cool social hubs as well, where one of the social hubs that they had was one of my favorites in VR for a very long time, where you kind of hang out and they have darts and just talking to your friends and playing arcade games and stuff like that they added into the game. I love social hubs like that where you kind of have unique aspects into the game. But super fun, super excited to see this game go free to play so more people can enjoy it. Blast On coming in at number 7. Next one here coming in at number 6 is Bait Fishing. This is a great game by Resolution Games. That a lot of people love Resolution Games. They make things like Demio and stuff like that people have loved, and this is one of their games that it's all about fishing, but it's super fun. I love the graphic art style in this one. You get to compete against your friends in tournaments, fishing and trying to collect all these fish, up to 4 players and multiplayer. Another one that has a great social hub. As I said, I'm a sucker for great social hubs that you can kind of interact with your friends and do things that maybe aren't the main core game, but still have things like this racing game here that you can play, skipping rocks along, and it just makes the game more fun to be in that environment. It has an arcade game as well that you can play that's fishing related. I think they did a super job with this game. A lot of different fish to collect, and the multiplayer is super fun. Check out Bait coming in at number 6. The next one on this list coming in at number 5 is Yeeps Hide and Seek. This is the newest one on the list, literally came out a couple of weeks ago, and it already has 37,000 positive reviews on the Quest store. It is super, super popular. Think about this game like Gorilla Tag meets Minecraft, where you're running around doing hide and seek and stuff like that, but you're parkouring and using your parkour to kind of get around and dash all over the place and stuff like that, creating different items and like you would in Minecraft to basically get around and hide and run around and be the last one standing in these chaotic battles that people are creating different weapons and creating different ways to get around. It is super crazy, super ridiculous, very unique, and obviously it has caught the world by storm considering how many people are playing this game right now. And the cool stuff that you can actually build and see people do is kind of crazy. Every time I go in here, I always see something new that somebody's doing that I didn't see before. So super awesome parkour skills with awesome gadgets, building and evading and chasing people and playing hide and seek. Very unique game. Again, check it out. Yeeps Hide and Seek at number 5. The next one here coming in at number 4 is Big Ballers VR. This game is super cool because it is obviously a sports game, but it actually lets you play with up to 12 other players online, and it has 3 different sports games in this one. So it has basketball, baseball, and football as well. It's really super cool. It has and even just added recently a mixed reality mode for a fitness type mode as well. There's a bunch of different cosmetics that you can earn in this kind of game. There's always new things to do every month that they add, and you get to play these 3 different ways, 3 different sports games in here, which is super cool with all your friends. Baseball's really fun, scoring touchdowns in football and stuff like that. Check it out, Big Ballers at number 4. The next one on this list coming in at number 3 is Horizon Worlds. This is a game that keeps moving up my ranking. I literally turn this on every time I put my Quest on to see what is going on. This game keeps improving more and more. The social hub made by Meta themselves. And there's so many things to do in here, like, watching UFC fights, watching basketball. They make all these themed worlds when you're watching Comedy Night, where there's always mini games and stuff to do around the world while you're watching. And recently, of course, in the last year or so, they created a new game that the graphics are really, really good and looks like a full-on Quest game called Super Rumble, which is obviously really, really popular nowadays, where you're using all these different weapons and you have these superpowers that you gain throughout as you're playing, and it's a super fun game, and it looks like a standalone Quest game, which you couldn't say 2 years ago with Horizon, because the graphics were pretty subpar. But in the games that are using these new textures and stuff like that, like this game does, it is super awesome. Always a ton of people to get in there and talk to and socialize with, and it's just something I keep coming back to. There's always something fun to watch or fun to play. Horizon Worlds at number 3. The next one here at number 2 does not need any introduction. This game has been around for such a long time. It is Gorilla Tag. Gorilla Tag is the one that took the world by storm when it first came out. millions and millions of players playing this game, and it is still here today. It is still just as popular. Maybe it's probably just as popular, really close to it, as it was day one. Gorilla Tag is still, getting content, and they're adding new things to it. Obviously, you're a giant gorilla. You're moving around with a unique system where you're, moving your hands up and down to kind of move around and jump on trees and jump on ledges and stuff like that, and not be tagged. It's basically like a game of tag that we all remember playing as kids, but you're a gorilla and you don't want to be tagged by the other person. And if you are tagged, then you go on the other side and on the other team. And it's super fun to parkour and stuff like that. There's always people in lobbies and stuff like that. You never have a problem finding people playing this game. Has been around for a really long time and is one of the first free-to-play games, like I said, that really took everyone by storm. And there's millions and millions of players playing this game. So if you're looking for a unique style movement system like this game has, and you're reminiscing about playing tag like you were as a kid, this one definitely is up your alley. Gorilla Tag coming in at number 2. And the number 1 game on this list that probably isn't going to surprise many people is going to be Population 1, the Battle VR game that is on the Meta Quest. And this game has millions of players playing as well. They're always adding new content. They just added a new map and stuff like that, always adding new cosmetics and stuff like that, changing up the gameplay. This was not free to play originally. This used to cost $29.99. They made it free to play, and obviously that brought in a drove of new players, and the game has always been super good, but now there's even more players because of it. Squad up with three of your friends, where you go in and you're trying to be the last one standing. They also added solo mode that people have been asking for a while, that they wanted to do in their solo and not squad up. But this is exactly what you would want in a battle royale game that you would want in VR. Super fun gameplay, super tight controls. Gunplay is great. And it's super fun as always. And it's always fun to go in here and be the last one standing and play a battle royale game. That is Population 1 coming in at number 1. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that video here on the top 12 games on the Meta Quest. This list is always ever evolving. There's always new free-to-play games coming, so make sure you subscribe to the channel for the next time we do a type of list like that, and many more lists that we like to do here on the channel for the Quest, to show you guys the best games you can play in 2024 or the upcoming games in 2024 that we're most excited about. We love the Quest here, and it's super fun, and VR is awesome, so make sure you stay tuned for the next video, and thank you guys for watching. Until next time.